A very good evening to you everyone. In this video, I want to show you how you can install Figma on your laptop. Some of you reached out to me that you're unable to do it on your own. And I'm going to walk you through how you can do it effectively. Alright? Okay, first of all, let me tell you that Figma is a web application. It's a web application too, which means that you don't have to have it installed in your laptop for you to use it. You can always access it through your Chrome, your Firefox, or your Safari browser. It's as that easy. But then you can also have it installed in your laptop too. It's not a must that you install it, but you can install it too. So let's take a look at how we can access it through our web browser before we take a look at how we can install it in our computer. Okay, so I want to open my browser now. You can use Firefox, you can use Safari, but I'm going to use Chrome. And by the way, I highly recommend Chrome. Chrome is the best for this kind of things. So I'm going to search for Chrome. Chrome. Okay, so I'm going to use this account. All of my accounts, all of my email are registered with Figma. So let me use this one. So the first thing is search for, on a new tab, search for figma.com or go to figma.com. Then you're going to see this page. This is Figma landing page. This is their own page. Here they are telling you what Figma is and how you can use it. So Figma is a UI UX design tool and it's a very powerful one. We have others. We have Adobe XD, we have Sketch and the rest. But Figma is by far the most powerful one. It's by far the most commonly used one. So we are going to focus on Figma throughout this bootcamp. If you don't have account with them, you can just go on and click on get started for free. If you have accounts, click on login. I have an account, but I want to show you how you can create an account with them. So I'm going to click on get started for free. Let me click on this. And you can see here it's saying me that welcome to Figma. Continue with Google if you are using Gmail. But if not, if you are using something like Yahoo Mail and the rest, you can then input your email here and click on continue with email. But I'm using Google, so I'm going to continue with this. And then my account will pop up now. So it's going to take me to Figma dashboard. All right. Where I can see all the files that I have with Figma. But if you don't have any files, you're just going to see some pre-made file that Figma made for you just to teach you how to use Figma. This recommendation, this one is coming from Figma community. You can take a look at them, but it's not a must. All right. So this is not my main account. You can see I don't have much things here. Most of these are also coming from Figma. Apart from this one, I think this one, and this one, they are my files. Okay. So now you have an account with Figma. The next thing is for us to see how you can use Figma to design. What we are going to do is we are just going to go to draft and click on this add button, new file. So you have design, FigJam, slide, box, site, etc. etc. Figma is so powerful. For example, this FigJam allows us to create something like mind mapping, flowchart within Figma without even having to use any extra tool. Before we used to use extra tool like Miro, but now it's so powerful. We can do both UI UX with Figma. Before, what we do with Figma is only UI. But now we can do UI, UX with Figma. It's very easy. Our focus throughout this bootcamp is going to be on design though. So I'm going to click on the design. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to see the design screen that Figma have for us now. And you can see what we have now. This is Figma design screens. And here we have this, the layer panel. This place layer panel. In fact, let me rename this one to welcome to Figma. Wow. Welcome to Figma. You made it. And here we have our toolbar. Here we have different tools. We have move tools. We have frames. You can, if you click on this drop down button, you can see more tools like hand tool, scale, and the rest. We have frame. We have shape tool, rectangle. We have pen, text, comment, and so on and so forth. We are going to go through all these two one after the other in this bootcamp. Okay. And here we have design. We have prototype, tab. You see, this design is empty because we don't have anything created yet. Okay, but once you create something, you can see once you create something, it will be more than this. For example, let me just click on this frame two, and I'm going to right click and drag, and you can see here that we have more menu here. So let's go to the fill tab, click on this, and then give it a color of your choice. But me, I'm a Gen 5 by the way, so I like blue. So you can just choose something like this, and then we can rename it. You can double click here and just call it my first art board in Figma. So you can see the name here as we renamed to. Okay, then you can just put in maybe some text here. Let's say you want to say, I made it to Figma. Okay, and then you can enlarge it. You have multiple way of enlarging things in Figma. But for now, I'm just going to focus on how you can enlarge it through the text points. Click on it, select it, highlight it like this, and then go to typography. So we can just make this one to be 60 points bigger. All right. And then you can just let it fit into our artboard and center it right here. Okay. Let's try to align it to the center like this. Okay. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, so you can stop here if you don't want to use the desktop application, but I still want to show you how you can install the desktop application on your computer, because using the desktop application make it sometimes easier and a bit faster. But if your computer is kind of not modern, if you are still using all those older computer, it might be faster on web browser like this than using the desktop application. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to new tab, and I'm going to enter figma.com/downloads. Okay. So scroll down to this place, and we have desktop app, mobile app, and font installers. On the desktop app, we have desktop app for Mac OS. If you are using Apple products, click on this one. But if you are on Windows like myself, then click on desktop app for Windows. If you are using Dell, Lenovo, you are using HP, you are using Windows. All right. So click on desktop app for Windows. Most of you are going to be on Windows, and you will see it in your download folder that is downloading. That's desktop application. And then go to this place, window installer for front installers. So this one will install the front. What this enable Figma to do is to make the web browser application to be able to use the font that you have on your laptop. Okay. Now, if you don't understand that, just do as I will instruct. Later, you will get to understand it better. And for the people on mobile phone, I asked most of you, if I don't know you in person, I ask you, do you have a laptop? Because you can't do what we are going to be doing in this boot camp if you don't have a laptop or a desktop. You can only see what we are doing. That's what mobile application will enable you to do. You can only see what we are going to be doing, but you can't edit it. You can't contribute. You can only make comments. That's what this one is for. So on your Google Play Store, on your phone, if you are using Android, go to the Play Store and search for Figma. So you can just see what we are going to be doing, but you can't edit it because you are going to be editing a lot of things throughout this bootcamp. Okay. So after you've downloaded Figma, just go to your download folder in your files, and you can see you have Figma setup, and we have Figma agent. This Figma agent is the full installer that we downloaded, and this one is the Figma application. This is the Figma web application. Just open it up. Okay. It's open. I don't know why it's taking this long. That was an error why installing this application. Check the setup. Don't know. I already have Figma on my laptop though. So if your own does not show this error, my own is showing some error now. If yours does not show this error, just install it. After you install it, then click on it. Okay, it's coming up now. Don't let me bore you with this. So click on this one to install it. All right. So after you install it, just search for Figma. Figma. And then you see, I already have it before. So here you'll be taken to the dashboard, what we already saw on the web application. So let's allow it to load. And you can see some of my own work, some of my own research projects in Figma. So this is what we already have in Figma. If you don't have anything, just like as I told you before, it's going to be blank, but you can see I have some things that I've done before in Figma. So that's just it. Let's do what we did on the web application. So you can see that they are the same. Desktop application and web application, they are the same. Just like this one is a bit faster than the one for web application. So let me open new files now. I have a lot of things open here. They are loading. I don't want to waste your time with that. But let's see, maybe I can open a new design here. Let's just click on design. Oh, good. So we are in here now. Let's rename this thing just like we did the other time to welcome to Figma. And you can see we have the same tool bar here. We have the layer panel and we have the design panel and then the prototype panel. Okay, so let me just create new frame and I'm going to do something different here. Inside this new frame, I'm going to create new rectangle. So you can go here and click on rectangle, right click and drag. So let's give this one, now let's give it something like orange color. Okay, something like this. And we can give this one maybe a red color, just for no reason. Okay, so now you have Figma installed on your browser, on your on your laptop, or your browser, or your desktop, and then you can access Figma inside your web browser. So if you are having any problem with installing it on your laptop, you can stick with using it in your web browser. It's still the same thing. Sometimes I even use it in my web browser. There's no any difference. And I need to add that when you open Figma application, it will take you back to the web browser so that you can sync the same account. The same account that you're using on your web browser is the same account you're going to be using on the desktop application. Is that okay? Okay. So I'm going to release information about the class on the 1st of September. The time, the day, and everything. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching.